All right, I think we're good here. I don't know why it's got that little bit of haze. This wasn't here just a minute ago before I started the stream. Get some coffee in. My radio voice going. All right, let's talk about the topic. And yes, I'm chilling shirtless today. Someone got offended last stream that I'm sitting here without a shirt on, and it's like why do you care? I live in Texas. It's really hot. Get over it. I lift. I know I'm an old dude, almost 50, but I lift. All right. Talk a little bit about a topic I just made a status on, and a bunch of fighters chimed in. A lot of people, when they bring this up, they don't seem to be aware that I'm a strength coach for quite a few fighters. I've coached BJJ people, boxers, MMA people as their strength coach. And so when people say this nonsense like strength doesn't matter in fighting, you sound like a complete ignoramus. No world news, we're not counting you in. I'm going to block you here in a minute. You do know you're going to get your page closed for doing that eventually, right? That's against the rules. All right. Like Facebook's going to unpublish you. All right, so here's the nonsense behind that. Weight classes exist for a reason in combat sports. They exist for a reason. Strength does matter, and people like to make those comparisons, and it's almost like they're saying, well, a guy who's really strong with no training isn't going to beat someone who does have training. I'm like, well, in the extremes, they still will. And I'm not saying that skill doesn't matter. Skill is obviously the most important variable. Because to be perfectly honest, it probably takes less time and work to get a black belt in a martial art than it does to deadlift 900 pounds. I mean, that's actually probably the faster route for most people. I mean, it's crazy as that sounds. But let's come back over to the unskilled. But what happens when you have a BJJ guy who only weighs 150 pounds? He's not going to do shit against someone who's strong. He's just not. And your definition of strong is not my definition of strong. Example. A guy who weighs 300 pounds who deadlifts 900 and his traps go all the way up to his neck. Are you really going to tap him out? What are you going to do? You can't even get your arm, or you can't get an arm around his neck. What happens when the BJJ guy, who's a master of using physics to put stuff in to use his own, to multiply his own force, right? What happens when he does that perfect move and he can't move the guy's arm or leg because the guy just is too strong even chilling? There's a strength threshold to where that is actually the case when you're dealing with really, really strong lifters. And so then what happens if that same guy who's never been in a fight in his life realizes you only weigh 150 pounds and just decides to pick you up and throw you? Because you're only 150 pounds. But I could throw you across the room, dude. Come on. You don't weigh anything. There's like no resistance. You're just like a one-hand toss. So to someone who's strong. So that's the problem. It's a nonsense topic. And that being said, I'm in no way implying that I am an amazing fighter. I'm a great coach. If you're a good fighter, I can make you a better fighter by getting you really, really strong. All right, so that is... There's an entire battalion of Rangers who train conjugate under Matt Winning for the Army Rangers. He trains a whole Special Forces battalion using powerlifting methods. I mean, you got to be realistic here. You know, so that's, again, people, it's a profound level of ignorance. It's a profound level of ignorance. But, you know, what do you do? Ignorance is common in every aspect of life. I mean, people as a whole, unfortunately, are very ignorant on a lot of topics, and we don't have any excuse for that with the internet. That's the thing that baffles me. As someone who grew up without the internet, we have access to all the information. You can find the information on anything. Like every meta-analysis ever done on every topic is like right here at your fingertips. If you want to learn a new skill, you can find tutorials. Like even for me, the guitar, perfect example. I've been relearning the guitar. We didn't have the internet when I started playing the guitar as a kid. There was no internet. It did not exist. No one had computers in their house. No one had cell phones. These things did not exist. I had to go buy the guitar magazines at the grocery store. There was a music shop we could get to, a guitar shop about 30 minutes away I could buy a tab book at. Now you come online, there's like all these guitar instructors who have tutorials. This is the best way to do your scales to learn faster. Here's me demonstrating it. Here's a free video. Here's the music or tablature for every song ever written. All right there. Like people don't have an excuse to be ignorant on any topic. Same thing with strength training. I have, between my different social media, I have over 8,000 videos that I've put out over the last 12 years. 8,000 videos. I've been published, some of my free programs have been published with over 1 million people have read them. I mean, everything is there. Everything is available to people. There's simply no excuse to be ignorant on any topic anymore. There isn't. Unless you're stuck in reading a bunch of fringe stuff and not looking at what real experts have to say. All right, we got a few people watching though, so let's see if I can entertain any further questions from anyone who's in here. Does anyone have any questions? Anything they want to ask me? Anything they want to talk about? Because this has been very low comments. A lot of times mornings do better. I try to hop in a morning because we get better views. It's not so much today. Some people have said they don't see these appear in their thing, they're not seeing it appear. But yeah, for those curious who aren't familiar with my work, I am a strength coach. It's what I do. You guys see a lot of my vlogs and stuff. Conditioning is nice. Well, Kyle, let me ask you a question. I'm an old man. You've seen me do rep work up in the high 500s on deadlifts. You've seen me pull over 600 pounds on camera. You ever seen my nose bleed from it? You ever seen my nose bleed from it? You're 13. Oh, you're 13 years old, you're in here asking me about steroids. Be nice here. Stop that shit. Stop it. Okay? Jesus Christ. Not to blaspheme, but 13, you need to be worried about just exercising, being fit, getting some good quality food in, okay? Worried about all this other stuff. Worry about finishing school, studying hard, okay? You need to be focused on. You definitely don't need to be worried about steroids. No, absolutely not. All right. Any other questions? Whilst you people have me here. But yeah, Alan, your point is very, very valid on that too. Muscle mass definitely adds some padding. You can tell the difference when you carry a lot of muscle when you get hit. Like it matters. All right. Not many viewers in here. So if we don't get any other questions, any other topics, I think I'm going to wind this down. All right. Any other questions? Well, I think that about sums it up. We ran this about 17 minutes, covered some good stuff. So I hope it has been informative or entertaining, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Love all of you guys.